Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 40 Days with Dietrich. We're journeying through the season of Lent. Today's excerpt is again taken from Life Together. The title given to this passage is Working Toward God. Dietrich writes, "Work puts human beings in the world of things. It requires achievement from them. Christians step out of the world of personal encounter into the world of impersonal things, the it. And this new encounter frees them for objectivity. For the world of the it is only an instrument in the hands of God for the purification of Christians from self-absorption and selfishness. The work of the world can only be accomplished where people forget themselves, where they lose themselves in a cause, reality, the task, the it. Christians learn at work to allow the tasks to set the bounds for them. Thus, for them, work becomes a remedy for the lethargy and laziness of the flesh. The demands of the flesh die in the world of things. But that can only happen where Christians break through the it to the you of God, who commands the work and the deed and makes them serve to liberate Christians from themselves." Okay, so this might seem like a little bit of a dense passage. One of the things that Dietrich Bonhoeffer is known for, he's a brilliant guy. And he is versed not only just in sociology and psychology. His father was a well-renowned psychologist. But in his writings, Bonhoeffer is often kind of dialoguing with philosophical concepts. And this reads very philosophical, probably. But again, he's working with the theme of work, that work is not separate from the Christian life, but the Christian life is actually lived in the midst of the real world, and the real work and activity of life. That is where Christian life is fully lived. That is where the reality of Jesus is fully encountered, and he's picking that up here. And so what he is talking about is how working within the world, and you can think about your job, or you can think about the tasks of the day, or just the activity of life under that guy's work. But what that does, Bonhoeffer says, is that it pushes the Christian person out of this cave of spiritual elitism. Right? So this kind of thought that, my Christian life just demands that I separate myself from what's going on around me, and I just sit in my cave and I pray for exalted spiritual status. Right? This kind of egoism that says, because I'm a Christian, I'm beyond the things of the world. Bonhoeffer says that is completely an unchristian understanding. And so engaging in the work of life, the activity of the world, engaging in the real world, and finding Jesus there, it pushes us out of that temptation for spiritual elitism and for Christian egoism. And so he talks about how we forget ourselves in the tasks or in the causes or in the realities of which we live and where we encounter the presence of Jesus. It might be tempting to say, well, what Bonhoeffer is talking about, there's this phrase, idle hands are the devil's playthings. And it might be tempting to say, Bonhoeffer is just saying that Christians need to keep active. He talks about work becomes a remedy against the lethargy and laziness of the flesh, right? Well, idle hands are the devil's playthings, so you just need to keep on moving. And that's not actually what he's saying. He's actually talking about something a little bit deeper than that. Because we're not working for the sake of working. And in his language, we're not engaging with the it of the world, the reality of things, just for the sake of keeping ourselves busy, but it's because there, in real life, dealing with real people and real tasks and real burdens and real hurdles, and for Bonhoeffer, real suffering and real pain, because again, he's writing in Nazi Germany. It's in that place that we are pushed not just to the world of it, but to the you of God, because we find Jesus there. And so engaging in the world is actually this profound place where we fully encounter the life that Jesus is calling us into and the work that Jesus calls us to. And so we find our true life, right? So the demands of the flesh, just doing things, it dies in the world of things, in the world of tasks in this real world, but that only happens when we break through the it to the you of God, where we boldly and willfully see the world around us as a place where we encounter Jesus. And that serves to liberate our Christian lives and to lead us into the full life that Jesus wishes to call us to. God bless you all as you continue in your Lenten journey, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.